Hey there, Wargamers. Josh here from MiniWargaming.com, ready to bring you some more Team Yankee action. I am beyond excited for today, because with the help of Anthony from Battlefront, I get to show off some of the brand new stuff out of the Red Dawn book.
But first, a quick word from our sponsors, us! In fact, we have a lifetime Vault membership sale going on right now at miniwargaming.com/lifetime, where you can pay once and never have to pay again for a Silver Vault membership. Also, stay tuned this Saturday for a special Open Vault behind the scenes on our channel. So watch out for that, where we talk about projects like this and many other up-and-coming things. So enjoy the battle report. Link in the description below.
We play and call it work.
Before we show off the actual armies, let's talk real quick about the Red Dawn book and what it is. So I guess the simple one would be, if you watch the movie, you know what it is. But for those folks that have not watched the best movie of 1984, Anthony, tell us real quick, what is this book?
Well, Josh, that's pretty much the explanation I give everyone who has asked me about Red Dawn for the last few months, is go watch the movie with Patrick Swayze. But yeah, so Red Dawn is our next book in the Team Yankee series. So this is basically the war in Europe is happening. You have NATO versus Warsaw Pact. But the Soviets are getting desperate, so they decide to launch a secret invasion of North America. So the Soviet VDV, their airborne forces, land in Canada and the American Northwest, while their allies in Cuba invade from the southeast. So while the U.S. is scrambling to defend themselves, various resistance groups also spring up, and you'll get to see those in the game today.
I'm so excited for this. Today I will be piloting the American force. So this is going to be an M1A1 Abrams armored cavalry troop. So in the force itself, I've got one M1A1 Abrams HQ. I have two different M3 Bradley scout sections, each with two Bradleys. I've got a M1A1 Abrams tank platoon that has 4 Abrams tanks, an M109 field artillery battery with 3 guns, and then an Apache attack helicopter platoon with 2 Apaches. Supporting the force, I have a Humvee scout section with a single Humvee with a M2, 1 Humvee with a Mark 19 grenade launcher, and 2 Humvees with TOW-2 anti-tank guided missiles. The last little bit of the force will be one of the brand new units from this book, and that is the Militia Group. So this is going to consist of 5 assault rifle teams with RPG-18 anti-tank launchers, a pair of RPG-7 teams, and then I've added a 60mm mortar team and 4 pickup trucks. These guys have a unique rule for how they show up on the board that, well, you know, we'll show it off when we get to it. Now, taking a look at the Soviet forces, what do we got?
Yeah, so in here we are going to be showing off the VDV forces. So these are basically the air assault forces. Starting out, we're going to have a formation commander, which is going to be riding in a BMD-2. So these are the armored vehicles used by the Soviet airborne forces. So very similar to the BMP, but a little bit different. He is backed up by 2 units, each of VDV assault rifle teams with RPG-18s, and they have the upgraded RPGs, so the RPG-7s are a little bit more powerful. You have 4 assault rifle teams, 3 RPG teams in each unit, and they are riding in BMD-2s. Now also in their formation is going to be 3 BTR-ZDs, so these are anti-aircraft vehicles in their formation. So these are equipped both with the 23mm anti-aircraft cannons, as well as the ability to fire the Gremlin anti-aircraft missiles, so they can fire at both short and long-range targets. Supporting them in their force is going to be a myriad of some other Soviet tech. So we're showing off some of the new tanks we have for this release. This is going to be the T-64BVs, which is the good old T-64 with the explosive reactive armor on the model. So they have these nice kind of chunky bits to absorb heat rounds. Supporting them are going to be some T-72Bs, again with the ERA armor on them. Some Carnation self-propelled howitzers, some BM-13 rocket launchers, kind of the Soviet version, the modern Soviet version of the Katyusha. We also have a unit of BMP-2s for reconnaissance, and a unit of Spandrel armored cars, and a BMP-1 observer for helping to lead artillery strike. And up in the air, the Soviets are fighting with some Hind helicopters, providing air cover to counter the American Apaches.
Today, Anthony and I will be playing the Encounter mission. Your forces have been scattered in heavy fighting. Gather your forces and defeat the enemy. Special rules for this mission, for both players, we have meeting engagement and scattered delayed reserves. We both use the long table edge to attack from, and as usual, we're each going to place 2 objectives in the opponent's table edge. You win the game by holding one of the objectives that you placed on the opponent's side of the table. For deployment, both players are going to put the required part of their force in scattered delayed reserve, and then we dice to see where each unit moves on from as it arrives from reserve. So we have a little bit less control than we might like. Alright, here's the super sweet board we are playing on today. And before we get to deployment, let's take a look at some of the stuff on the table itself. And let's see if I can get all of this correct. Anthony might need to help me. So this gaming mat is from?
This is our the Battlefront Gale Force 9 game mat. This is a double-sided mat as well. So one side is kind of this dark grass, the other side is urban.
Cool, cool. Now if we moved over to what about the tree stands and the bases?
Tree stands are also, it's part of our Gale Force 9 line of terrain as well, Battlefield in the Box. This is actually a mix of both our small and large wood sets.
And you've got all the different seasons
Yeah,
available?
we have a couple seasons available, so we brought out some autumn here, kind of about the time when we'll have Red Dawn out to y'all.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. What about these pre-painted, ready to go out of the box roads?
These are actually our rule road sets. These have been tidied up a little bit by us, but those are also available now, so you can pick those up if you want some.
And then looking at, how about the pre-painted modular buildings
These
that you
are
can put guys inside
These
of?
are also all of ours. These are both from our Flames of War line of buildings as well as Team Yankee. So for instance, our little garage here and the concrete walls and the modern road you see here is all part of the Team Yankee range.
So yeah, if you guys weren't getting the joke, everything that you see on the board, including the haystacks and all this is all of the Gale Force 9 stuff. So you can build the table completely out of Gale Force 9 product. And like we mentioned, pretty much everything that we have here, except for you said you touched these roads up a little bit.
We touched them up a little bit, and again, folks are always welcome to customize it. In fact, with the large bases that we have the trees on, we give a little bit of flock, so if people want to accessorize those, modify them as they wish, you can do that. But pretty much 99.9% of our terrain range is already pre-built, so you can literally buy it, open it up, assemble it, takes about a minute or so, and put it on your table.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I love it.
Yeah, I want you to spend your time painting models, not terrain.
I'm playing games.
Exactly.
That's the point. Yeah, I'm digging it. So looking at the American deployment, so I am second player on this one. So I've got my Apaches hanging right here. I think this is the first time. No, this is one of the first times I get to use hunter-killer aircraft.
Yeah.
I got a pair of Bradleys there that have spearheaded up. One of the objectives Anthony's going after. More Bradleys. The artillery hanging out in the woods with the Abrams HQ. And then I got my Humvees over here. So that means that my militia group has to use their special deployment. And
Yep.
we'll go over that when it comes up. But then also my Abrams are off board as reserves. Over on this side, what do we got?
So we have some BMD-2s here right behind this building with the formation commander and his BMD right here. Following that up are the Carnation howitzers hanging out behind the woods, getting some cover, and the BTR-ZDs, the anti-aircraft vehicles, right behind them. In the middle, we have a observer, a BMP-1 observer for Spartan artillery, unit of BMDs and BMPs is going to be a lot. So the BMP-2s, they're recon, so they actually did a spearhead to increase my deployment zone a little bit. So I have the other unit of BMD-2s right there. And over on the left flank here, we have our Spandrels. These are the missile carriers, and then some Hail rocket launchers in the back.
Means for reserve. So obviously your infantry inside the transports right now,
Yep.
but you get your T-64s off board.
Yeah, the T-64 BVs are off board in reserve, as well as my unit of T-72s are also going to be in reserve. And because we are playing Encounter and I'm the first player, we're using the meeting engagement rule. So my aircraft are loitering above the battlefield, not ready to deploy yet.
Beautiful. Without further ado, let's just get to the game. We're going to go Soviets, turn 1. as is standard for the way I film battle reports, we're going to show you where everything currently is, and then we'll show you where it all ends up and discuss. Movement is now completed for the Soviets. So we got the BMDs moved up after disembarking their infantry, so we've got a bunch of them in the building right here, and then there's some on the ground floor as well. I can't remember the name of these.
BTR-ZDs.
The BTR-ZDs. Your anti-aircraft have moved up as well. And this is all just tactical speed. The BMDs here have started to push the middle. Your scouts have moved up. And the happy little spandrels, we had one managed to pass his cross-check.
Yep.
All right, shooting will begin with the BMP-2s putting shots into the Bradley. So I'm currently concealed and gone to ground, so at least there's that.
Yep, so you're going to need, so right now your hit score is a 6. So the BMP-2s have autocannons, they've moved, so the rate of fire is 2 each, so I'll have a total of 8 dice. So we are looking for 6 sixes. And nada. Got lucky.
Pretty good, pretty good. We move across the board, so the spandrels don't currently have any targets. The BMDs are blocked here, but I mean, you're just trying to push up the board, so that kind of makes sense. We're going to go way over on this side and have the... I want to keep saying...
BTR-ZDs,
It is BTR. Okay, yeah. And you're putting shots into my Humvees.
Yep, so they're going to try to go for the Humvees there.
Alrighty, so you're 4 shots apiece?
Yep, firing 4 shots apiece, so a total of 12 dice.
Now you are over 16 away, and I am concealed, gone to ground.
Yep, so it will actually be 7. So I'm looking for 6s. Now if I get any 6s, I can roll those. I'm going to get a 5 or 6. That will be a hit.
Gotcha.
See if I'm a little luckier here. I got 1 6.
Okay, so we've got the beginning here, and now this is going to be a 5 up to actually be a hit.
Right, and it is a 5.
So you are nailing a hit, and that was on your primary target.
Closest one, yep.
All right, so you are 86 on this. Not great for me. Now I'm armor 0, but you are over 16, so I get the bonus to it. So I got to roll a 5 minimum here, 6 to be immune to your fire. No.
3.
Okay.
Right.
What's your firepower?
So firepower is a 5 up, so I need a 5 or better to destroy the vehicle, otherwise it will be bailed. And that's cocked. That's definitely
as cocked as
there.
could be.
That's better 5. So that destroys the Humvee.
So gone. Poor little fella. All right, so he's gone, and now we got the BMDs putting shots in. Your primary target was what? Middle guy?
Yep.
The Mark 19?
Yep.
Okay.
So again, the BMDs have moved. They are a little closer though, so they're going to be a short range, but you are still concealed and on the ground, so I'm still looking for 6s.
Right, and they're ripping the same, I think it's the same 30 mil autocannon that the BMP-2s have, right?
Yep. Basically, the only difference with this vehicle is it's smaller and is be able to be air mobile.
Yeah, so because they can parachute these things, which I find adorable.
Yep.
Okay, so looking for 6s?
Looking for 6s. Got 2.
Okay, not bad. Yep. All right, so we're gonna have hits on these 2. What's the firepower on this?
Firepower is 5 plus.
Okay, so closest?
Closest one, need a 5 or better. Nope, just bailed out. And then the other one, a 1, also bailed out.
I live with this. All right, so a pair bailed out there. Do we have any more shooting coming in?
That is it. Everything is getting ready for the next turn, seeing if the helicopters show up, and of course see what the crafty Americans have over there to throw.
I definitely, having 4 Abrams off the table, having 56 points, like half my list off the table, is not feeling good right now, but it's A-okay. So your artillery, again, can't fire turn 1, you being the first player. I like that mechanic. So let's go over to American turn 1. Okay, so started the American turn here, seeing if I can remount. We're going to start off with the, we'll do the Mark 19 closest to me there. Remounts on a 4-up. Yep, they're not getting back in. And then the TOW 2. He is getting back in, okay. So I've only got 1 bailed out team. Now, the next thing I have to do here, it's not like I'm going to get reserves in yet anyways, but even if I could, I got to roll for the militia group. So on a 5-up, they don't. They ain't here yet. Get to see them soon. On my turn, going to be very minimal movement because I want to use the Humvees to spot for my artillery. So I think literally the only move that might be happening is I might be shuffling my Abrams a little bit. But I also don't hate where he's at right now. Yeah, I think that's all that's happening there. Is I just did a cross-check just to move the 1 Bradley up just a little bit. The Abrams has kind of got line of sight to what I want. The problem is that I'm hoping these guys will clear up your BTRs.
Right.
So the Abrams might be a little bit wasted here. Ah, you know, he's extra firepower, whatever. I don't need to be super aggressive for him. I need my tanks to show up. Straight over to shooting now. Let's have these Bradleys go, and I'm just gonna light up the mid BTR there because he's the one I can see the easiest. So with this one, I will take the range penalty because I don't have laser rangefinders on this. But otherwise, I believe you are just out in the open. So I think I'm hitting you on 4s.
Yep.
See what we can't do here. Oh, okay, not great. So we got 1 hit total out of the both of them. So that's going to be on the mid guy there. All right, 88. So I'm looking for a 5-up firepower here.
Yep.
No.
Oh, bailed out.
I bailed out a guy.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's why I left the Abrams there for redundancy, because now he's going to
Right.
shoot over. And so yeah, we're going to have my Abrams now shooting down. And this will be my primary target fellow on the end there.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s.
On
Okay,
both.
so then we got
And
hit
those will
hit.
go straight to go on the 2 live vehicles, and it'll go straight to firepower.
Okay, so we're going to
For
start
this
there
one.
on a 2-up.
Destroyed, and also destroyed.
All right, cool. So that's 2 of them down at least. I feel slightly better about this. We're going to go over to this side now, and we're going to have these Bradleys try to light up the BMP-2s. Everybody here is going to get cover, so whatever. I'll just have him be the primary target. The commander, I'll force you to move the turret around. So I'm hitting on 4s now because you do have the cover, but no range penalties.
Two
Okay.
hits.
I've seen better rolling. Where are they going?
I'll put 1 there, and I'll put 1 there.
Cool.
So what is your anti-tank?
And again, for anybody that's concerned, I don't really care where the hits go on this one because I don't have a whole lot else to shoot. So anti-tank 5 up there on the
Oh,
one.
hold on. What's your anti-tank on your?
Sorry, it's anti-tank 8. on
Anti-tank
the,
8. My front armor's a 2, so potentially I
Ooh,
could
you
bail
could
it.
on 6s.
So over here on this first one, 4.
Nope.
Nope. And then this other one. Nope. So
Okay.
those will both be going through.
Well, good then. Okay, so first firepower
Yep.
check, one closest
Yep.
to me. He's
bailed out.
bailed.
and
then
the other one
destroyed.
is destroyed. Yep.
And back and forth here. I think what I'm going to do is take the Apaches and hope that I can get the other BMPs, the other BMP-2s. I was considering ripping shots way down at the artillery, hiding in the woods there. But these guys are kind of more of an immediate threat, so I'm going to try to deal with them. Have the primary target be that fella right there. And the Hellfires are just going to be hitting you on 3s.
Okay.
Because the minimum range, I'm actually going to target the guy slightly further away. Okay, so hitting on 3s. So I got one hit on him. It's going to go straight to firepower. These are like AT-25.
Oh yeah, yeah. These are designed to kill main battle tanks.
So 3 up. And there we
he's
go.
destroyed.
Got one more. All right, kind of starting to deal with this. I'm not feeling awful yet. Let's move over to my Humvees. So I'm probably just going to rip a tow missile with the one that has one. The other one will act as a spotter for the artillery. I think that tow missile is going to go straight for your artillery observer.
Yep.
I am looking for a 5 to get him. But if I can get him out of the way, it kind of messes with the artillery that I know you've got on the board. So yeah, let's go for it. Nope, it's a miss. And like I said, the other one's spotting for the artillery that I'm going to be dropping here in a second. I'm going to be dropping the M109 template right here. Yeah, my spotter's got line of sight there. I'm skill 4 up, go to a 5 up because I am clipping the tall terrain. But I'm just going to roll in the first one. Ready? Bam! No, dang it.
First.
Second attempt? No,
Nope.
come on.
And number 3.
It's teasing me for doing it onto the terrain. No, I do not
Oh.
manage to range in with my artillery this turn. Could have been devastating, but that's okay. And give you folks a quick little sweep of the board. I'm doing okay. Managing to get a couple things off the board. Hopefully I'm going to force a couple tests. And yeah, let's get on to Soviet turn 2. Start of the turn for the Soviets. We're going to try to remount this BMP here. What's your remount value?
Remount is a 3+, so I need a 3, 4, 5, or 6. And I'm unsuccessful.
Whoa.
Yep. Following that, however, because there is only one active tank in that unit, they also have to take morale, which is also a 3. They are good,
Okay,
so that
so-
one tank will stay.
Moving to this side of the board, we're going to do the same thing with the BTRs.
Yep.
So 3 up remount.
It is 3 mount. Now the formation commander is within 6 inches, so They will give them a reroll both on the remount, but also morale because it was only the last vehicle in that unit. So I'll do the remount first, rolling 2 dice. I need to get a
Single
three on either of these. I'm successful.
Okay, so he's back in. You don't got to worry about taking morale.
And then do the fun one.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You do have to take morale.
Take morale, yep. And I am still successful with the 3. So,
just barely.
Yep.
Close enough is good enough, though. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to get ready for movement now. And a major consideration for Anthony as he begins his turn is the knowledge that my militia group gets to show up either in no man's land or in his deployment zone. So I could just plop on an objective right away. Which, yeah, you're going to have to maybe think about this.
I have to think. Oh, no.
Soviet turn has completed. So the infantry here disembarked and had a successful follow me to get a bunch of them into the building here. Which is going to be kind of a problem for me. Their transports moved up to just get themselves into the fight. Talking about getting into the fight, where are they, Spandrels?
Spandrels, yep.
Yep, so they tried and you went for a cross here.
Yep, which would make it one easier to get through terrain.
And so we have 2 bogged down currently and 1 that managed to move out.
Yep.
On the other side of the board, as we sweep across, you have your BMDs have moved up ever so slightly.
Yep, get a better position.
The infantry here have dug in.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. And the last little bit that we have to cover is the Hind flight showed up. Yeah. So that's 4 big old helicopters I'm going to have to deal with now. All right, I'm feeling the pressure a little bit. Started the shooting step. We're going to have the observer spot, over this way?
Yep.
And call in a smoke bombardment from the hails in the corner there.
Hails are going to fire some smoke.
We're going to begin by ranging in. What's the check here you're going to make?
It is so normally it's based on your skill rating. However, since the observer is doing this, it adds a +1. Ooh. And because it is smoke, there is no modifier, no negative modifier otherwise. So
okay, so what's the base skill?
Base skill is a 5, so with the spotter, it will become a 4.
Cool. Yeah, you get it with a 6. Just nail it. Okay. Yep. Oh, no. Yeah. And there's the line of smoke you get to place down. All right, all right. Yeah, definitely going to mess with my Bradley's a little bit here. Mm-hmm. Actually going to drop it right here instead, because taking a look, I've got thermal imaging on the Bradleys, which ignores the penalty for shooting through smoke, but it doesn't ignore the line of sight part of it, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, then good. So, smoke bombardment there. Shooting proper now, we got the BMP, who's going to start to rip some shots into my my little Bradleys there.
Yep.
So, you are hitting me on 5s.
Yep, you have concealment, so I'll add 1. And I got no hits.
Huzzah! All right, good. Now we've got the BMDs firing over as well. Well, not great. Not great. You are hitting on 5s again.
Yep. And looks like 4 hits.
All right, so 2 on each.
Yep.
Okay, so these are AT-10. So we're going to go the lead vehicle there. Looking for... I am the M3A2, so I got armor 5 on this at least. So I'm looking for 5s or 6s. Nope, that's no help. You can just get your firepower down here.
Firepower is a 5+, so rolling for this vehicle here. Double bailed, so they have to make a remount check to see if they leave or not.
It's a 4-up remount there.
You're good.
So yeah, he's okay, but he's going to be bailed out. So he's not great, he's okay. And then over here, so there's 1 chance to bail me out on a firepower.
Yep, 5 or better. Nope.
So, and then the other one, do you destroy or bail out?
I bail you out.
Okay, so cool. They're both bailed out. Moving from this side of the board, we're going to come way back here. And your formation commander is going to act as a spotter for the Carnations, trying to drop a bombardment right over here.
Yep. Yep. And
right, so yeah, the way it drops, you're only going to be able to hit these 2 guys max, but you got to try to range in first. And it's going to be a 6 because it's their skill of 5 plus touching terrain.
Overtrain, yep. So first attempt.
Nope.
Nope. Second attempt. Nope. Third attempt. No.
All right. Well, good. If my artillery isn't hitting, neither are yours.
Right.
Now we're going to go to the BMDs that it rolled up, firing into my Humvees here. Looking for 5s to hit me.
Yep, and I'm going to aim for the TOW launcher there in the middle as my primary target.
Yep.
And I got 3 hits.
Nice. So 1 on each? All right, so we got 1 on each here. So firepower for the tow.
The tote, 5 or better.
Yeah,
He is
he's gone.
destroyed.
And then the Mark 19 is the middle one here.
Yep. Next one, Mark 19. Also destroyed.
Very good. And then the commander.
Last one, do I get lucky? Nope, just bailed out.
We'll take that then. There's a better shot of the carnage. And now we've got the Hinds left to go. What's the target there?
So I think the Hinds are going to go ahead and target the artillery there in the woods.
Yeah. Well, I got some AA machine guns that I'm going to start firing, so we're going to have the AA machine guns from the M109s fire up. So they're not dedicated AA, but they're AA at least. So I get 3 shots total here, and we'll just, I don't know, put them on the lead helicopter.
Yep, looking for 3s or better. Got 3 hits, excellent.
Okay, okay.
So we'll just, we'll kind of do them like this back here so we don't hit the Hinds.
Yep, yep.
So
So,
basically-
I'll just slap them 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
So aircraft save. So we'll start with this one right here.
Yep. Now their save is a 4 up,
Yep.
a little bit more resilient. He's good.
Next one in line.
Next one is a 4, so he's good. And the last one is a 1, so he actually fails.
Okay, so now firepower 5 up, but I got to re-roll successful firepower.
Yes.
So I'm just looking for 2 5s here. No problem. No.
Oh. Right.
Now the Abrams will fire his 50 cal up as well, hitting on a 4. He hits on 3s.
Yep. So hit
I
on 3.
hit. So we'll just allocate that again. Lead helicopter
Yep.
here.
Yep.
And then we've got the his 7.62 AA machine gun.
Yep.
This is going to hit on 4s because
Yep.
of the penalty because it's a rate of fire 1.
No, also
So I
hit.
do
Nice.
hit.
Yep. So
Which
just
we'll
on the
put
front
over
2.
there. Okay. 4 up aircraft save here.
4 aircraft save. 4. He's
You're
good.
fine, and then the other one?
is not. No, he.
I don't roll double
goes-
6s to do anything.
If you
here,
get
though.
double 6s,
I don't.
oh,
I don't. Now firing into the artillery. I believe you're hitting me on 5s.
I am hitting on 5s because you are concealed in the woods
Okay.
and within the tall terrain. And I managed to get 3
3
hits.
hits. Okay, so we're just gonna go straight to firepowers here. So right here, your firepower.
It is a 3+.
Yep.
So roll here.
Got him.
Yep.
Next one.
Next one.
Got him.
3. And last one is a 1. So bailed
Okay.
out.
So 2 destroyed and 1 bailout. Oof! Not looking good. Not looking good. But was that the last of your shooting?
That is it.
Okay, so there's that at least. Some utter devastation, putting the pressure on me. So let's get ready for Americans turn 2. Begin the turn over here. I got a 4 up a remount. Now I get a reroll on it for the formation commander being close by.
Nice.
Okay, so he's back in, and then I got to do a last stand for him as well. And that's again a 4 up here, so at least one of these has to be a 4 because I get a reroll on it. And
Got it,
so
nice.
he's sticking around. Okay, okay. And then I need to remount over here. I desperately need to remount, so we're going to go the first. He does not. The next does not. Uh-oh. This flank is falling apart on me here. Gonna roll last stand to see if the squadron sticks around on a 4 up. No, they don't. They are gone. The flank falls apart. Let's go to the other side of the board now and see if I can't get back to my little Humvee here. 4P's back in, and then his last stand. Okay, he
Yes,
sticks around.
nice.
Okay, okay. He's perfectly okay with what's happening. All right, now over to the militia group on a 5 up.
Oh,
the lads
they're
are
in.
Okay, good. Wolverines! All right, so we've showed up. So the way this works is they set up like an ambush, except for they got to be in no man's land or Anthony's deployment zone. So I am able to get within, what's it, within 4 as long as I'm concealed?
Yeah, you are concealed, so you can deploy pretty much in that green garage there, as well as the trucks right behind that concrete wall. So that basically keeps you out of line of sight from pretty much everybody.
So yeah, basically in the garage here, I like to think that, you know, we just roll up the garage doors and just start blasting. So kind of super fun, kind of cool mechanic here. That I think might actually be able to keep me in the game. So now we got to go ahead and I'm going to get everything else moved. There ain't much to move, folks. We are going to have a little helicopter gunfight though. Send the Apache screaming in. Movements are complete. I've essentially abandoned this side of the board for the time being. I will deal with that later. Artillery is just sitting still, obviously. I did have both the Bradleys pass their cross checks to move up to engage over here, with the Abrams coming over as well. You're going to sit still to spot, and you know what? You better call Kenny Loggins, because we're in the danger zone here. Look how close I've gotten. Because I've got chain cannons that can shoot, but it's only 6-inch range, so... Yep. That would be super cool to see these pair of Apaches just screaming in. Alright, yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so in the little helicopter duel, you do get to fire first.
Yep.
So you're going to get 3 shots out of each helicopter?
Yep.
And you're hitting me on 4s.
Need 4s. And managed to get 3 hits.
Okay. Who's going to be your primary?
We'll put the primary on that one right there and 1 on the other one.
Okay. Let's get to aircraft saves. 4 up aircraft saves. So on the first Apache here, he passes one, fails one, and then on the other Apache, he passes. Gold. So you got to take 1 firepower. Is it a 4 or 5?
It is a 5+.
Okay.
And failed.
Okay,
so going good. Through.
And now unleash the chain cannons. We'll have the lead helicopter here be my target, and I'm hitting you on 3s, good sir. So we got 3 hits total, doing the exact same back.
Yep. So 2 on the front one, your primary, and 2 on the other. So they have 4 up save.
Okay, so this is going to be on right here?
Yep. And he made them both.
Okay.
And then the other one, he fails.
All right, 5 up firepower.
5.
All right, let's see what I can do.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, okay. Sweating bullets here. I'm absolutely sweating bullets. So we do manage to down one of the hinds.
Yeah.
You sound like a dying cow, Anthony.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
So yes, we did manage to get one hind down. Sad helicopter noises.
Sorry.
All right, next little bit of shooting here. I think we're gonna move over to my Bradleys. Have this Bradley put the chain gun in here, and then the other Bradley's gonna put the chain gun into your formation lead. So let's go formation lead first. All right, so 5s to hit here because of range and cover.
Nice.
There we go. 2. I'm anti-tank 8 here.
Anti-tank 8, my front is a 2. It goes up to 3 because of range.
Yep.
So I need
5s and 6s.
5s and 6s. Oh!
Why are you the way you are, Anthony?
That's a question they ask in the Battlefront office all the time.
Okay, and then we're going to go the other one, firing right in here. Okay, so we got 2 hits.
2 hits.
Who's your down 4s?
Yep,
fell on the end here,
yeah. So here and here.
Yep.
All right. Armor is a 2, so I need a 6 to tie. Nope. And
down the line.
3. So nope. Those
Okay,
will
so
go through.
firepower's first one, closest.
Destroyed. Nice. And
Didn't
bailed.
So bailed.
Yep.
Now we're going to have Mr. Abrams go, firing at the one in the middle there. So just going to be 2 shots hitting on 3s.
Yep. Got them both. Straight to firepower.
Yep. So we'll go closest. Got him.
Okay.
And then
the next one.
on the end, got him.
Yep.
All right, feeling better, feeling better. We're going to have the artillery go. It's kind of a long shot, but I think I'm going to try to drop him bombardment spotting for himself. Probably right over here. I'm going to try to drop it right here. Actually, you know what? I can come over just a little bit, probably.
A little bit. Yeah,
I should be able to, if I bring it this way, just a bit more, clip everything.
Yep.
All right, let's see if I can do it. 4 up skill to try to land the template there. I don't. I do. Okay, so now I only got 1 team left, so I got to reroll successful hits, I believe.
Yep.
So let's do this. We'll just go counterclockwise. We'll start with the BMP 2 here. I believe I should just be hitting you on 3s.
Yep.
So they both got to be 3s. Okay, so neither are. So I'm getting the bad rolls out of the way. We'll do the BMD right here. He's used different dice. He's not hit either. I'm going to get even more new dice. All right, down the lane, starting right in the middle there. So he's hit. The next one in line, he's hit. And then the last one, he's hit as well.
Nice.
Okay, so hitting all of them. I had to switch dice, that's all it is. All right, so starting here, I'm anti-tank 4. Your tarp armor is what, 1?
As a 1. Yep, so I need a 3 to tie. 6.
Passes.
Unaffected. And the next one here.
Yep.
2, so that will go through.
And
the last one is a 4, so that one will also bounce.
Yep. Just the one in the mid there. Yep. 2 up.
Got him.
And okay, so he is destroyed.
Yep.
Not bad. It's going to force you to at least move from there. I don't think you were going to stick around, but it's not awful. Let's go with the ambushing unit now. So what we're going to do is take the 2 RPG teams. They're just going to fire their RPGs over into the BMDs. All the rifle teams are going to choose to fire their rifles instead of the RPGs and just try to light your infantry up as much as I can. And then obviously the mortars going over as well. The trucks cannot fire because I don't have anybody mounted inside of them to fire their 7.62 machine guns. So let's just do the 2 RPGs going into this fella right here. So I should be hitting on 3s. So 1 hit. So the hit's obviously on him.
And we'll go straight to firepower.
Yeah, these are AT-17. And we got them.
Yep.
Nice. Now these are all the shots going into your infantry out here. Hitting on just 3s, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. Didn't know if the airborne were any better. Many a hit. Okay, so this is the allocation so far, but then I got the mortar to try to hit you with as well. And the mortar does hit.
Right.
I'll allocate the mortar to this team right here. Okay, so infantry saves. We'll start with the RPG team here.
Yep, so 2 saves to make. Save is a 3+. Oh, he is destroyed.
And so we got him. And then 2 saves on this next squad out
2
there.
saves, yep. Good.
Yep.
And then we have 3 saves over here on this team.
Yes.
Ooh,
okay. Well, at
that-
least you're getting all the battles out
Oh.
all at the same time. And then 1 on each of the teams in here. So we're going to start with the RPG team here.
Yep, yep. So have 3 up saves still. Good.
And then 1 next to it.
Yep. Good.
And then the first squad up front here, or the
Yep.
first group.
All 1, so he fails.
It's firepower test on
Yep.
this one, right?
Yep.
I think I'm a 6-up firepower.
Your firepower is actually a 5-up.
Okay, beautiful. Don't get them.
Yep.
And then the last team there.
Team here. 5.
Okay, cool. Well, getting some casualties, but most importantly, you are pinned, I believe. Mm-hmm. With that, I believe that is the end of my turn. So, yeah, not bad. Getting one of the hinds out of the way. Actually, you know what? No, I haven't fired with you yet. It's only a 50 cal, but whatever. I'm going to slap a 50 cal into someone. You know what? I'm just going to try to lob a shot up at a helicopter and hope for the best. Hitting this helicopter here on a 3. I hit him. Come make your aircraft save, sir.
Aircraft save, 4 up.
Ah, he's
I
fine.
hit it.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. I still ripped some
Right.
50 cal shots into
Right.
him. Feel good about myself. So yeah, kind of interesting board position developing. So the Americans definitely are getting pushed back by the Soviets. Having the militia show up in the middle there and kind of actually, you know, do some good damage to this flank. I'm feeling pretty happy about that. And we'll see what you're able to do on your turn as we move on to Soviet turn 3. Alrighty here, time to check a little bit of morale type mechanics. Okay, so we gotta try to remount.
Start here. Need a 3 or better. Successful.
Alright, so cool. Now you're in good spirits there,
Yep,
so you don't get a
good.
test.
Yep, so that unit. I need to test for the BMDs. No, there's 2 units, so they are okay.
Yeah, you're fine there.
Over there, I need to test to rally to see if they unpin the infantry there in the building. 3 or better. That is a...
It's a 6, you're
6. Good.
So no longer pinned.
Yep.
Sweep across to this side of the board. We gotta see if you get back in here first.
Yep, so I'll need to do that.
So
And
you
I
are
will.
back in, and we gotta see now last stand.
Morale test. No, runs away.
He's gone. He's not sticking around for this.
The test.
And then testing over here for the BTR.
Okay, last stand. He gets a reroll, so roll 2 dice. I need a 3 on one of these. And I'm good.
All right, so he does stick around. All right, getting a little bit off the board. Not as much as I'd like to see, but more than nothing. All right, so now we're going to roll to see single 5 up here for your reserves.
Nope.
4.
nothing.
Nobody's showing up. Good, your planning is for naught, sir.
No.
And that's going to bring us right over to movement. So we'll give you guys a sweep of the battlefield, and we're going to see where all the Soviet stuff ends up. Moves have completed. So the BMP-2s have moved up to threaten this objective. Kind of an issue. Your infantry in the middle here tried to dig in and failed, so you're just kind of stuck out there. Other than that, your infantry here have started to move up the board, and your hinds have come in to try to continue to duel with the Apaches. Terrifying. Terrifying. Where would you like to begin your shooting?
I will start over
Is
here,
there a smoke
actually.
bombardment going down?
There won't be a smoke, but we're still going to do a bombardment.
First bombardment will be the Hales. Firing a bombardment over, the spotter's going to spot, and you're trying to land it right there.
Yep.
And this is using the big salvo, right?
Yep. So the rocket launcher units, if it says salvo on their unit profile, they use the 10" by 10" template.
Oof. Okay, lots of rockets coming in. Let's see what you can get. What do you got to range in on?
I need, normally it would be a 5, but I'm using the spotter, so that will reduce it.
To 4s, and then back
yep.
up to 5 for the tall terrain?
Tall terrain, yep.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. And do I get lucky? Yeah, on the third
okay,
attempt.
So ranging in, third attempt. It's going to be tough to hit, but it means I don't want to stay there. Third attempt means you're going to be hitting me on 5s.
Yep.
So we're going to roll for what, the trucks
We'll
first?
do the 4 trucks first, so these will be hit on 5s. I will manage to hit 2.
2? Okay, cool. One team over here, which will be on a 5.
Yep.
Okay, not ideal. And then the mortars out there.
Miss.
3 is going to be a whole lot of nothing. The 2 RPG teams inside.
Yep. Got 1.
Okay. And then we've got the 4 infantry bases inside there.
Oh, 1 more. I got
Stop.
3.
So we got the 3 that are closest to this side. We use the dice as they lay.
Drop.
All right. We're going to go infantry save for the gents inside here. 3 up. They're fine. The trucks have a 5 up tank save, so the blue pickup truck is gone. And then the other one is not loving it either.
Yep.
And then let's go right up here. Infantry save. They pass. Next one passes. Where are
Nice.
these rolls
Doing well.
when I'm shooting at you? Okay. Quite a few hits.
And you got 1 more back.
Oh, do you got one more in the
Yep.
back? Oh, yeah, the one RPG team. That's hidden the camera, the dice.
Good.
That's fine as well. Okay, cool. But I'm pinned now, I believe, right?
Yep.
So we have 1 Spandrel with a valid shot, and he's lobbing it down into the Bradleys. What are we doing for who's your target?
It is going to be this closest one here.
Makes sense. I'm assuming hitting on a 5
Yep.
for concealment.
So let's see what we got. Miss.
Miss on a 4. Whew. Okay. BMP 2's here. Not really any great targets. This one's going to go ahead and throw its autocannon over this way. And otherwise, you are out of range for the M109 after double checking how far you could move and all that. So the autocannon going into the infantry there should be hitting on 4s, I believe.
Nope, no hits.
Good. I'm glad. And what's next?
All right, next up is going to be the BMDs. And they are actually going to try to fire their missiles into that building. So they should be outside of minimum range. So I'm going to.
Okay, so this one's targeting in the building. This one's targeting the mortar outside.
Yep. So this one here, will be needing a.
This is the mortar one,
needing
right?
a 4. Yep. Miss. And then this one, also miss.
Okay. Now we've got him, the one base there. I think it's the only one with range, going to fire into the building. Was there penalties for failing the digging in or no?
You count as moving, but otherwise you use your moving rate of fire,
Gotcha.
which for them is 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
So need 4s. Got 1 hit.
All right. Infantry save coming up.
Yep.
And I pass on a 4.
Nice.
Next up, the Carnation's going to try to drop a barrage right here, and they're spotting for themselves.
Yep. So because they're over terrain, there's normally need a 5, but it's going to be a 6. So first attempt. Nope. Second attempt. Nope. Third attempt. Nope.
All right.
Really
Failing
missed.
to range in. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Next up, your HQ is going to try to fire his missile over into me.
Yep. Looking for a 5 here. Ah, miss.
Ooh, okay. Okay. And then you've got some infantry to shoot.
Yep. So I have 1 team here that should be within 8 inches. So because I took the RPG upgrade, their range drops, but they have a greater any tank and firepower value. So
Cool.
I am just in range of that Bradley there with this front team.
Works for me.
And they are slow firing, so it's going to add 1 to the score. So it's going to go to a 4, and then with from a 4 to a 5.
5 and then 6 for
And it'll be a
concealment.
6 for concealment. Oh, no.
All right, dodging the fire there. Well, in our little helicopter fight, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I get to fire first,
Correct? Yep.
and I get to use my full rate of fire
Yep.
and my halted rate of fire as well, right?
Yeah, so you would normally when AA weapons shoot, they always shoot with their halted rate of fire.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. This seems pretty good. I'm 6 shots apiece, not moving, so 3s.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I missed 1.
Oof.
So you got 3 helicopters here, so let's just start
Yeah.
You know what? I will let you pick who only takes 3 saves.
I am going to, unfortunately, because of the distance, with
Oh, no,
within
you gotta-
safety distance, you actually, I cannot swap hits, so
I
I'm
was just saying I was letting you pick.
yeah, I'm gonna move one to one of the back ones here. So,
Okay,
So keep
so-
him at 3.
So we're gonna keep the front guy at 3.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll do the front guy first.
Yep. So I have a 4-up save, and made 2.
Failing 1, 5 of firepower.
Yep.
Don't get him.
So he's okay.
And then 4 saves on the next helicopter.
Next helicopter. Made 3, failed 1.
5 up. Don't get him.
Yep.
All right, you're weathering
And
the
then
storm
the
just
last
fine.
one. Failed 3.
All right, and survey says
Oh.
no, failed all my firepower. That adds up to 5. All right, 12 shots and not ripping apart the Hinds.
Yeah.
So you get to fire back now, and you have. So he fired his cannon last time, so he was putting a missile into.
He's gonna fire against. I think the Abrams right there seems like a good valid target for.
Yep, that's
for
good.
that.
Well, let's zing that shot off first. So I think you're just hitting me on a 4.
It will be. Well, you are within. I have to check the distance between the tall terrain there.
Yeah, we double checked. I am just outside of 4 of the tall terrain, so I'm not getting the concealment bonus here.
And it hits.
See, you would have hit anyways. Straight to firepower, friend.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't do anything about this. Because the Chobham only gets me to 16, I believe, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And it is a 3.
So he is destroyed. I needed him to hold that flank. All right, so formation lead is down. So there's nobody else for him to transfer to because he was on his lonesome. So on a 3-up, I can transfer him over to the Bradley, though. And that becomes the new formation lead. So he does. Okay, so Commander is able to hop over into the Bradley there. Now over the Hinds, so we got 3 shots apiece going into my Apaches.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s, I believe.
Yep. And I'm gonna target the closest helicopter.
The one up high.
Yeah, that'll be the priority. And I managed to get 4 hits.
Okay, so 2 hits on each. So we'll go on the one that's lower down first. Failed both the saves, and then the one higher up. Passed 1, failed 1.
All right.
So firepower check, what, 5 up?
Yep.
2 of them on the lower one?
5 up. And got 1.
Ooh, okay, good. And then on the other helicopter?
Nope.
Failed. Okay, so you do take down one of my Apaches. That is all of the shooting. Not looking great for the Americans right now, but we're hanging in there. Yeah, we'll be okay. This will be fine as we get ready for American turn 3. Start of the turn here. Gonna make some last stands. The Humvee on a 4-up. He boogies. He's gone. All right, let's move over to my artillery. He's gone as well. No! 3-up rally on the militia to get themselves not pinned. There we go. So
Excellent.
they're not pinned at least. These guys are kind of the linchpin of the game right now. Let's see if my reserves show up. Ready? Go!
Yeah!
Yes! Oh! I'm so nervous.
I mean, oh no, oh no, this is awful.
Oh, my heart hurts so bad right now. All right, so we're gonna see where they show up. 1, 2 over here, 3, 4 here, 5, 6 over here. I wouldn't mind 5, 6.
Yeah, this rule is called scattered reserves.
I like this because it's specifically scattered delayed, which is why we didn't start rolling till turn 3. Where are they showing up? They're showing up
4.
mid. Okay, I can totally work with this. And here we go. The cavalry has arrived. My 4 Abrams just rolling onto the board. All right, I'm back in the game, baby. I'm back in the game. So let's go ahead and get the rest of my moves done now. And here we go. Moves are complete. So the infantry, the militia group has moved out just to do as much damage to the center as I can here. The Bradleys have pulled back to be still within good autocannon range, shooting over here. To try to put the hurt on them as much as I can. And then, you know what? I think the Apache's going to sit tight because it's just firing a Hellfire this turn. Start off with the Bradleys. Just going to go ahead and pepper the infantry over here with shots. My primary target shall be right here. And I'm just hitting you on 3s. Huzzah. So let's assign. This is where I'm assigning hits. This is where, I mean, like, it always matters, but often it hasn't mattered so far. But yeah, this is the way I'm assigning the hits. So these two teams, and then these two RPG teams. So you get to try to reassign the hits. How does this work?
So what you do is you have to be a certain distance. In this case, we are far enough away. So what I do is I try to reassign it to eligible teams that can be hit. In this unit. So I'm going to try to move the hit on this RPG team over to this team here. So I need a 3 or better to do that. I rolled a 4.
So the hit moves over. And then your other RPG team?
Yep, I'm going to try to move that one. You can see here, so I'm going to try to move it from here to here.
Yep.
And I failed, so it just stays there.
Now we got to roll your save. So we'll start. We'll just start here.
So on this team, rolled a 4. So he's okay.
Fine, and then in the middle there.
Center team, he is destroyed.
Okay, good. And then the RPG team.
RPG team, he's good.
And then the last team up front.
Last team at the front. 2.
Okay.
Stuck his head out too far.
Yep. So getting some casualties, beating him up a little bit. Moving across. Let's go for the infantry. So definitely going to slap a couple RPGs here. You will probably put your RPG this way, I believe. And then we've got the 3 targeting here with the mortar targeting there as well. Okay, so the 2 RPGs, I've got 1 clear here. So slow firing, so I go from 3s to 4s. So I got 1 hit. This should be straight to firepower.
Straight to firepower, yep. And he's destroyed.
Got him. Then the RPG from this team here over, looking for a 5. Because again, slow firing, you do have cover. So he cranks it.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, this is firepower 4 or 5, I think?
5 up.
No.
So he's just bailed out.
Good though. And then we've got the assault rifle teams into here, just looking for 3s.
It'll be actually 4s because I did move last turn, so they will be concealed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. 4s? You dodged 1 3, so that works. And we got a total of 5 hits, though.
5 hits. That will pin them, however.
That's the important part. And then that's enough to assign 1 hit on each.
Yep.
And then I got to do the mortar as well. I think that hits. Okay, so yeah, we'll assign that mortar hit there. So he's got 2 on him, and everybody else has got 1.
Yep. So he'll have regular saves. The other teams, if they fail their saves, they will have bulletproof cover because they're in a building. He is destroyed.
Okay, so we got 1. And then we'll do the RPG teams.
Yep, do those 2 as they lay. Oh, no.
Failing both.
Yep.
I got to roll 5 up firepower.
Do the 5 up, yep.
Okay, so we'll go the closest. No. The other one? Nope. So they're fine. And then your 2 other teams?
2 other teams as they lay. They are both okay.
All right, good. Causing some casualties, though, and most importantly, pinning you down. Now over to the Abrams. So I've got 1 Abrams firing down. I left a little bit of a gap there into your formation lead. And the other Abrams, you know what? I think we're just blasting the BMP straight ahead here. It's just going to be the 6 shots into the BMPs on 3s. Good start. We'll assign there and then 3 up front.
It's going to go straight to firepower.
Yeah, the AT's on like 23 on these or something?
Yes, 23.
Okay, gotcha. So the front one, it's not triple ones. He's destroyed. And then the rear BMP is
also
destroyed.
Yep.
All right, so far so good. And now I've got the Abrams shooting down at your formation lead. 2 shots. You do have concealment now, so I should just be hitting on 4s. So I got a hit.
Roll firepower.
Firepower. Oh,
Bailed out.
All right, lucky. The Apache, I think it's just going to take a Hellfire, and I'll probably just put it over into the Spandrel there.
Right.
Okay, I'm changing my target to the Observer. Now, I'm going from hitting him on a 3 to him on a 5, but, like, he's putting work in, so I want him gone. Before I do that, though, you get the the AA, so you're going to get 3 shots.
Yep, 3 shots.
And you're hitting me on 4s.
And I got 2 hits.
Oh, no. Stop. 4 ups. Okay,
you're good.
Pass my helicopter save, my aircraft save. And now a single 5-up shot with a Hellfire over into him. Oh, I nailed it! And do I straight to firepower?
Straight to firepower, yep.
And he's destroyed.
Nice.
Woo! Okay, that's pretty good. So again, reminder, I can't shoot my chain cannon in my turn because I shot it anti-air in your last turn. Last but not least now, we have an assault. So let's get everybody moved in. And I think this is one of the first times we get to show an infantry assault on the channel. So I'm excited for this. So here's what the assault looks like. So we've got... my 2 teams have been able to make it in. This one following up behind. And then this team made it up over the wall with the mortar behind. Then the other ones that couldn't make it in decided to just assault the, oh god.
The BMD.
BMD.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get that right at some point. So.
My brain's starting to melt.
Yep. Now, obviously, the models on the building can't directly go base to base because of the wall, so they're trying to get as close as they possibly can.
Cool. Now, you do get to try to shoot at me now on the way in, but you are pinned, so you got to use your moving rate of fire? Is
Correct.
What it is? Okay.
Correct. Now the AK teams, basically the larger bases, they have a rule called pin rate of fire 1. So because their heads are down, they only get 1 dice per base.
Okay.
And the RPGs have the slow fire rule because they are normally rate of fire 1. So it'll be a total of 4 dice.
And what are you hitting me on now?
So I will need, with the AK 74 teams, they will need 3s.
Okay.
And then the RPGs are going to need 4s because of the slow fire rule.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's start off with the AK teams then.
AK teams, all right, they are needing 3s. So I got 2 hits.
Beautiful. And then the RPG teams?
RPG teams are going to need 4s. Got 1 more hit.
Nice. All right, so regular infantry save. So we're going to go, the assigned hits, I can't get the dice in. It's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to roll them in that order. 3 up. Oh, he's gone. Next one's fine. And the last team is fine. So we lost the first one, so he is gone.
Yep.
Now, the BMD is not able to fire because he's bailed out. But if you had managed to score 5 hits, you would have stopped the assault. But you didn't have enough dice because I did some pretty solid damage. So now I need to actually attack you. All right, so I've got the 1 rifle team hitting on a 5. And this is into the BMD. So that misses. And then I got the 2 RPG teams that I believe it's assault 6.
They will need 6s, yep.
Yep. No. I rolled a very low. So you're bailed out. You can't do anything about that, though, right? You just sit?
That is correct. I sit.
Gotcha. And now we've got to do the rest of the teams. All right, so here, rolling into the RPG team. And I get both bases?
Yep, both bases.
So looking for 5s.
Got it.
So I got 1 hit. And then these 2 are looking into that team there. So the front guy, 5. And then the mortar team's a 6.
Nice.
Oh, so we got a hit. Cool. So there's 1 hit on each of these teams right now.
And they will become destroyed because, except for armored vehicles, infantry teams and unarmored tank teams, such as trucks, they are hit in assault, they are automatically destroyed.
Gotcha. Now you roll to counterattack, which is on a 3.
Yep, 3+. Oh, no.
You failed to counterattack. All right, so with the failing the counterattack, these guys are going to have to head this way, but also, since you're bailed, you can't escape, and he's just destroyed?
Yep, the BMD will become destroyed since he's bailed, he cannot move. And these teams are going to move, tactical move directly away from the enemy teams. Obviously, because the Abrams are here and the militia are here and here, they have to go this direction.
Gotcha. So they're heading this way, and they are pinned now. Absolutely crazy. So you've moved over, and then I've made my consolidate to just kind of hop into the building and get safe over here. Pretty crazy. Big American counterattack this turn. That's what's keeping me in the game. My heart hurts. We are going to get over now to turn 4 for the Soviets. Over here for the formation lead, 2 up.
Yep, and with the reroll. Okay.
Cool, you didn't roll double 1s.
Yep.
There's a 1 in 36 chance.
That was
gonna
actually
get you.
rally. I
Oh,
apologize
right.
here, so I actually got to try it again. Still
Yep, so you're
good.
fine. And
BMD has to roll.
yes.
He is still okay.
All right, so he's hanging in there.
Yeah.
Moving over to this side of the board now. You get a test to try to rally on a 3.
Yep. No.
Failed to rally, and then-
do they stay? They do stay, however.
All right, so they hang tight there, but they are continuing to be pinned. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Now you get 2 rolls for reserve. So basically, looking for 5 ups on either and or both of these, and
Oh, they
all
both are.
of your tanks are showing up.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, it came to the proper side of the board. So the T-64s, 1 to 2 show up over in this quadrant, 3, 4 mid, and then 5, 6 over there. So let's see where they're showing up.
Show up middle of the board.
And there goes the T-64s. Dated technology at this point, but still like hyper deadly. They were a well-designed vehicle overall. And now the T-72Bs, where are they showing
They're
up?
going to show up on the 1, so actually that corner.
Alrighty. Back to show my perspective here. So we've got the T-72s. I heard there were 6 of them. Sorry, yeah, T-72Bs rolling up here, ready to put some fire over this way. And now we've just got to get the rest of your movement done. Soviet advance is complete, so we've got the infantry continuing to move up the field here. The Carnations all moved up. They passed their cross checks, trying to get some shots onto the Bradleys. And then, oh yeah, sorry, the Hinds flew over here to try to put some hurt onto my Abramses. So, shooting. Any smoke bombardments first?
We don't have any smoke this turn. We're all
going for broke, trying to do some damage. All right, so we've got the two little spandrels shooting over, and your two targets were one shooting here and the other one shooting here.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
So we'll do this one first, shooting to the next objective, and he does not miss. He'll need a 5.
Yep.
And then this one here also needing a 5. Will hit.
So he nails it. So there's a 5 right there. And then what is your anti-tank?
It is anti-tank 21, and it's also heat, so you don't get an additional armor for range.
Got it. But I'm still going to use my front armor.
Exactly, yep.
So let's see what I can do about that. Oh no!
Oh,
he fails it! I was going to say, on a 2-up, I probably would have been okay.
Right. And let's see what happens. And a 4. So lucky Spandrel gets a hit.
Oh no! My Abrams. And he is destroyed. What's next?
All right. We will start with these tanks now.
Yep. So the T-64s.
Yep.
Putting shots at downrange. These shots are going on to. These are your 2 valid targets, and this was your initial.
Yep. Sure.
Okay. So we got a grand total of 3 shots coming in. Looking for 5s here.
Got 1 hit.
All right. So 1 hit being assigned right there. What's your anti-tank?
Anti-tank is 22, but is at range.
Okay, so I'm basically looking for a 3 up here to completely ignore. No? Okay, you might bail me.
Yep.
So firepower check?
Yep, firepower check. So 2+. Oh, no effect.
It's fine. All right. Mutual bad rolling. Now we got the Hinds shooting down in primary is middle guy again. Okay, cool. They're all valid targets for you.
Now you get AA fire, however.
Yes, so I'm going to get the 3 shots with the 50s that are going to hit you on 3s.
Yep.
So they all hit, so we'll assign a hit to each of them.
All 3, yep.
And just, roll it as it is.
I failed 1.
Okay, so the
short
front one there. Firepower. I got to re-roll successful on this, right?
Yep, yep.
So
AA machine
double
guns.
5s.
Yep.
No. Nope. And then the 3 shots with the 7.62s. Need 6s on this, so I got 1 hit. Again, just up front.
Yep, front save. 2, goes through.
Okay, double 6s. Okay, no luck.
Right.
And then now shooting down, you are hitting me on 4s.
Yep, so the aircraft, they ignore the short turn of the wall, so that Abrams there is the easiest target, so I need 4s or better. And I managed to get 3 hits.
Okay, there's a hit on each of them. Oh no! Bump, bump, bump. Now, the AT of this missile is what?
It is a anti-tank missile, the anti-tank is a 23. You do have Chobam armor, so your side does increase to 16, but the best you can get is a 22. Yep.
Yep. Okay, so firepower right here.
Roll for this one here. 3 or better. Nope, bailed out.
Okay, bailed. Next
one.
Destroyed.
And the last one. Destroyed.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, there's a lot of points left on the table there. Let's come over here now and shooting at the Bradleys.
Yep.
Looking for 5s to hit.
Okay. Closest one is the primary. I got 1 hit.
You got 1 hit. Okay, that's good. What's the anti-tank's probably solid.
Anti-tank is actually a 21.
Okay, yeah. Things. My armor 5 cannot help. Yep. So firepower?
2+ firepower.
Yeah,
destroyed.
Boom. I don't know if these are my models. Oh, they're magnetized.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, Rob's a magnet guy, so.
Next little bit of shooting is going to be the formation lead firing a missile over into my 1 remaining Bradley on a 5. Yeah, that works.
Yep.
Okay. My anti-tank goes to like a 13 or something,
13,
I think.
but it's anti-tank 21, so it's not going to be enough. And that will destroy it.
So, gone. And there's nobody for my formation lead to jump into now.
Yep.
Well, that's not looking great. Your turn's not even over yet, is it?
No, I still have stuff to shoot.
All right, well, get your T-72s working then.
All right.
All right, so all the T-72s just ripping shots into the militia.
Yeah, going for the RPGs out here outside the building.
Yep.
Needing 4s because of the concealment, all the wrecks. And 2 hits. So it's good on the outside teams.
So on each of those, and then I get my infantry save.
And they are brutal, so you do have to
Yeah.
reroll successful
So
saves.
3 up. It has succeed both. I do.
Good.
And the other one, he does
Not so much, yep.
Gone. All right, so that's the end of your turn. But looking at the board state, I'm going to tap out there. It is a solid victory for the Soviets. Looking at the board state, I mean, like, I can have my Apache kind of harass these guys a little bit. They're going to get towards the objective. There's not much I can do about that. And then all I have left is the infantry that sit there and get pounded by artillery and tanks. And if they leave, they just die faster. And then a single Abrams that would, even if I get back in, he's not going to be able to win the fight against all of this. So it is a Soviet victory for now. But let's go ahead and jump into a post-game chat. All right, so let's do a little bit of chat at the end here. Got to show off some cool new stuff. What do you think? Where do you want to begin?
So Team Yankee kind of gets this joke where it's the car park of tanks, but actually if you're watching this battle report, the tanks really didn't show up until the very end of the game, and really they had a kind of limited impact. All the lighter vehicles and the helicopters really played a big role. I got my BMDs and my BMPs up here towards the center and kind of held for a while. The ambush that Josh pulled definitely decimated that unit and really put them into dire straits here, but you know, with the support coming in,
you were able to beat me up a little bit. The infantry still held well, and I mean, like, their capability to show up partway through the game and do, like, this weird ambush that's on an ambush. Yeah, it kind of threatens the objectives at the back there, but also, you know, the capability to show up and do a ton of damage because they blunted the advance over here. And obviously, like, yeah, you could play with the parking lot in Team Yankee. You don't have to. Right. So for everybody that gets upset about the parking lot, just don't do that.
Actually, of all the games I played, this has probably been one of the most exciting ones. The MVPs for the game definitely were the Hind helicopters. That unit not only knocked out Josh's artillery in the back, eliminating his backfield fire, but also decimated his Apaches, as well as towards the end, his Abrams tanks.
The Abrams tanks was the huge one. Obviously, a huge amount of points. We were playing 112 points total here. I think those 4 Abrams equaled literally half the list.
Yeah.
They're good, but they, again, if you have some solid anti-tank, Heinz, you know, you really can kind of continue to threaten. My rolls were pretty atrocious, but they weren't, like, unreasonable. So yeah, you are able to just rip things apart if you have the right support. I think if we got into the tank duel, those Abrams probably could have won out against the T-72s and the 64s. But yeah, the Soviet aggression just was able to prevail at the end there. Things were looking a little bit dicey if your tanks hadn't shown up. But I guess, you know, a lot of the work this turn was done by the Hinds, like you said. I did lack a little bit of AA in my list. That's why, you know, you have to take that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're an American player, definitely looking at VADs, Sergeant Yorks, Chaparrals, obviously West Germans, something like Gepards.
Oh, the Gepards are beautiful.
Yeah, it's always good to have at least one unit in your army for that to help deal with those helicopters and those jets.
Yeah, see, I didn't have a ton of air, but you did have some units. But again, and it's back and forth. I like the dedicated AA that use actual guns, because it does give you something against light vehicles and all that. And like we mentioned, getting into the Gepards, if you're playing the Germans, like, they'll tear up light vehicles pretty easy. And even the size of tanks, they'll do some solid damage. But yeah, got to show off some really cool stuff. The not all of it, because there are parachute rules available for a lot of your airborne stuff.
So the VDV, all those units, including ones that aren't displayed here, all have the airborne rules, so they can actually deploy via airdrop, and combine with that some of the rules that are in the new Red Dawn book, make them a very interesting force.
I'm super pumped to mess around with that a little bit. We were using the Hinds for my collection, some of the stuff from my collection here, but I think I've got about 8 of these ready to go. So to do that combined with some airborne parachute drop kind of stuff, I'm super excited to try that to kind of force out. And obviously the American stuff's super cool with getting to mess around with the militia groups. Something that obviously is a unique little add into Team Yankee. So yeah, I don't know. I had a ton of fun. I always enjoy Team Yankee. There's some, heartbreaking moments when I roll low. But then, the high highs and the low lows of the Abrams when they first showed up and thinking they were going to rescue me. They kind of did. But then, yeah, the MVPs are the militia group. That was super cool. So any closing thoughts for everybody at home? Any information you need for people that want to, either expand their collection in Team Yankee or jump into the game fresh?
Yeah, so I would say if you are at your friendly local game store, definitely check out the Team Yankee 2-player starter. It actually has an American and Soviet force in it. It's a fantastic deal. Anything Army boxes that we do are great as well, including the contents here. The forces that represent the VDV and the T-64s, those Heinz, are going to be in that box. So that's a great way to get started with that formation. And again, for those, definitely go online, check out our website, learn where your stores are, get out there and get playing.
Yeah, I'm loving it. So hopefully, viewers, this has inspired you to get out and play some more Team Yankee. As the world opens back up and we get more gaming in. I love the system. And always, big thanks to Battlefront for coming in to film with us. But if you are a Team Yankee player, email me, josh@miniwargaming.com, and I do all the scheduling. So I'm not saying I'm going to give preferential treatment for the games that I like the most, but hey, if it happens, it happens. Yeah, I'd love to get some more content, so let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments, leave some love. Other than that, thanks so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome, and as always, happy wargaming.
Take care, everybody.